If you're a business owner in Nigeria, this is specifically for Nigerian business owners, organizations, and I'm going to also add employees as well. This information is very, very important for you. I'm going to be reading out something. Let's read this together. I'm going to be putting it on your screen. Let's read this together. Nigeria's carbon and ESG disclosure reporting timeline, aligned with the International Financial Reporting Standards, IFRS S1 and S2, via the Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria, FRCN, and the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, begins mandatory enforcement for public entities in 2028, January 2028, following a voluntary readiness window. I'm going to say this before we go into the key implementation stages, but this regulation and the mandatory nature it's going to be entering into from January 2028 is going to determine our businesses, our organizations, and the ripple effect on even very, very small and minute micro scale, small and medium scale size businesses in Nigeria. So this is the time to begin to act. The implementation phases, let's read together, 2023 to 2027. Recently, I made a post about if I were a business entity in Nigeria, if I were an owner of a business entity in Nigeria right now, I would take advantage of the voluntary window that is still very much available for the Nigerian businesses. The voluntary and readiness phase began in 2023. So the window between 2023, we're in 2026 now, until 2027 December is the window for organizations to practice, to begin to report, and they have the room now to make the mistakes before it becomes very mandatory. What it means is this: organizations will not be able to access and unlock finances for their businesses unless they meet and comply with these regulatory standards. What it means is that even if you are not a big organization right now, the big organizations you're looking to do business with in the future, the big organizations you're dreaming to work with, yes, that's the word. You're saying, oh, I wish I can work with this organization as, a supplier or a contractor. They will begin to demand these reports as well from you, because your report will feed into their own report for continuous finance and unlocking wealth creation in the country. So we're in the voluntary phase right now, and businesses should begin now. The second phase, which is the mandatory phase, would come in and kick into effect from January 1st, 2028. So it means large organizations right now or by 2028 are going to be mandated to begin to report on these standards. And what it in turn means is that the smaller businesses and the SMEs doing business with them as subcontractors, they would also be mandated to file in this report if you must do business with them. Why am I making this video? It's very simple. As a business owner, as an employee of an organization right now, this is the best time to begin to prepare yourself for it. And as somebody who is experienced in this particular niche area and field, I'm going to be rolling out some content to explain for such organizations. I'm also going to be, I'm working on holding some master classes, some meetings to help professionals, employees in these organizations, or even business owners who want to begin to take advantage of this voluntary window that we still are in before it becomes very mandatory in January 2028. So I'm going to be breaking down the steps and the different reporting criteria, the different requirements of the IFRS S1 and S2 reporting standards, which also begins with the carbon accounting and the disclosure requirement for organizations. So I think you want to stay tuned even for now and get up to date with what is actually happening, because right now is the time we have to prepare. From January 2028, it's going to really become very mandatory, and then it's not when you want to begin to prepare. So stay tuned for more updates. I'm going to be, doling out content on how organizations can prepare, what they need to know, the tips and the bits, tricks, and what it takes to prepare an internationally compliant financial reports in line with the IFRS S1 and S2 standards.